machine will um, make patterns in plastic.
This camera, they are making
We also, by deciding to come to work here, this was our decision. We asked the permission through the campaign. It was not easy to get the permission in the first place. And this means always working with the problem. So we are somehow, we know we are not going to resolve any problem with this what we are doing. But just maybe the value is in this of the tactic exactly the problem. Because a lot of people, a lot of times, I mean, most of the people doesn't even see the problem. So we met 2 years ago. We were more involved generally in some non-productive work and more like these intellectual dialogues and like talking. But we decided somehow to consciously to step out from the cultural field. The problem lays in productive work. How to organize productive work? Let's try to organize productive work from the beginning till the end. The idea was to bring all this process of production where we would do something beautiful, I don't know, that would have a value from waste, from something that is discarded by this capitalist way of production, or organizing work that we think that is proper, that is not exploitative. We don't have direct competition, so we are not competitive. The important is all the process, building a base, like how we organize work.
we're making some things like dishes, like clocks like this. We encourage these kind of people that they are making small shops in mechanic like this. It's better. It's better, and it's one kind of hobby for refugees because the situation is not good for refugees.
Harula works a lot with us because he is very talented. Can ask him and translate. Like, what is his experience?
ما تجربة ديريك بس إذا كان معكم مثلا أو بس قدرت اللي جواها.
I want to improve my experience to how use machines, and we help each other. That's a better way to pass our time with a hobby. Life is too much interesting like this to help each other.
And it's not all about work, because I think also that we, especially our generation in our society, we are used to work too much. We don't have to produce so much to gain profit. We don't need this. We need actually productive work to be reproductive work. In a way, like to serve to life, not to serve to the capital.
It actually originated in Canada, I guess, when a local community, when there was a big factory closing down and suddenly there was not enough money to go around, so the economy was falling out and people started to think creative and they said like, well, I don't have money, but I do have time on my hands. And we all need stuff done, or we need help in doing something. When it's not in the house, it might be going to help out somebody in the garden. Well, Let's is, you can say it's some time of time banking. Here in Belgium we have several communities, several groups. The points go up or down the moment you do something for another and you have time, you spend time to somebody else, or you receive time from somebody else. And basically when I have a family party, I am in the kitchen by myself doing all the work and I can't enjoy the party whatsoever. And then you can say, well, I'm going to hire a professional caterer, but I don't actually want it because you want to have it a family thing. But the neighbor next door, she's actually alone. And she's above 60, but she's like, yeah, let's do this. I come over, and for her it's a very social thing to come out and help out, but without taking advantage of a person. You kind of give something in, you appreciate the time they invest in you, and you provide them points with the system. And with those points, sometimes she goes to somebody else who does gardening for her, because she's not very well in the garden. But so it's a system where we exchange talents, and it's not one against one, it's in a group. And that's why we enhance, I think, quality of life, actually. We have 3 dimensions that are important. Of course, you see the economical effect. We already discussed it. You don't exchange money, so maybe I couldn't afford somebody who's ironing for me, but I can spend some time for that. So that's economically. Secondly, it's also ecological, because for instance, if I go to IKEA, I post it in the group and I say, I'm going to IKEA, does anybody need something? And everybody knows the stuff in IKEA. They say, I want to have that and that. It has names. You just bring it along, so another car doesn't have to drive to IKEA. You just bring it along, and for that you get some points, some credits. But it's also very social, and that social dimension is, for me personally, the most important dimension. If I don't like painting and I want to paint my wall myself, and I request help from somebody else, you have to also know it's not a professional painter. It shouldn't be a professional painter. It's just somebody who's helping you out. So if he messes up, you should not be angry, and that doesn't mean you shouldn't pay him in time. When somebody comes up for an hour and messes up your wall, you appreciate him for messing up your wall because he took the time. And that's the essential thing.
Hiltzen gaituzte. Beinola, denonak izan ziren lurrak kendu, eta gosez hiltzen gaituzte.
Asmatutako herrien mugen tartean, itsasoan, itota hiltzen gaituzte.
Etxean, kolpeka, irainduz, gure gorputzak gorrotatzen irakatsiz, hiltzen gaituzte. Lantegietako lanordu luzeetan, hiltzen gaituzte. Euren lubakietan, demokraziaren izenean, hiltzen gaituzte.
Ziga zikinetan hiltzen gaituzte.
Gure denbora saltzera behartuta bizi, eta bizi barik hiltzen gaituzte. Baina guk, bizitza hautatu genuen.
Komunitatearen bizitasuna, elkar zaintzaren babesa, elkartasunaren samurtasuna, auzo boterearen indarra.
Bizitzea hautatu genuen.
Ez bai genuen beste aukerarik, ez genuelako ezer galtzerik,
kateak besterik ez. Eta lanari ekin genion, txikitasunean, nora ezean. Saiakera, auzo oso bat bizi berritzen hasi ginen.
Erreka lehor, gure trintxera bihurtu genuen. Espekulazioaren kontrako trintxera, bizitzaren gotorleku finean. Herriaren espresio hor ordea, potentzialitate eraldatzailea duenean, zanpatua eta suntxitua izan behar da. Erasotu, kolpatu edo asimilatu behar du kapitalaren hidra gozetuak.
Horrek ez digu egunotasunak enduko. Mendeetako borrokak eraikitakoaren defentsarako irakaspenak dira. Erasoak lorpenen seinale baino ez dira. Eta orduan, erasotuak izan ginenean, inoiz baino ozenago oiukatu genuen bizirik geundela.
bizirik behar dugula.
Lanean jarri ginen, ohi bezala. Inurri txikien antzera, kapitalak suntsitutakoa berreraikitzen eta beste mundu bat posible dela erakusten. Eta inoiz baino indartsuago etorri ziren gurera irriak, laztanak, auzolanak,
paretetako koloreak,
bilera amaigabeak. Berriz ere etorri ziren gure lanaren fruitu txikiek sorturiko zirrara zentugabeak.
gorputzak astintzen dizkiguten irrika iraultzaileak.
Zeozer ari da errotzen lurpean, kristalesko gazteluak eusten dituen lurraren azpian, kolpeka daude pustuz doazen haziak. Datozen belaunaldietan jasoko den usta honek, berehala lehertuko du lurra.